Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody. Today guys we will take a look at the New Zealand dollar, mostly because on the other currency pairs it's not much material for discussion. So the major talks right now on the financial market stands about three major events. The first event is that this was some information that has appeared in the newspapers that Germany is preparing for possible Greece leaving of the European Union. That topic stands in the tight relation with the possible quantitative easing program that should be announced, or some details should be announced on 22nd of January. And finally, the third topic that's right now stands in this mass discussion is the drop of the crude oil below the psychological level of the 50 bucks per barrel. So that's also a very significant moment. Today, guys, also will be announced FOMC minutes from the recent meeting that was in December that also could provide some information, and market will closely watch for it. Today, as I said, we have chosen for discussion the New Zealand dollar because on the other currency pairs not much progress. The euro currency that right now stands under pressure of those recent events currently is not still showing any response on the support that we have discussed in our weekly research. Currently, we're not sure even that any response will follow. At least the patterns that we have intention to get was not materialized and was not created by the market. Right now, we should wait a bit more to see what will really happen, because right now market, euro currency is moving below as the monthly is the weekly pivot support one. Since they've ever sold again, but no response has happened around these areas. On Australian dollar, we still continue to watch for possible double repo buying pattern, but here we're mostly interested with the final point when we get the confirmation of this pattern. And since this hasn't happened yet, it's not really much to discuss there, because we have said all the important moments previously, because we have talked on this topic 2 times already. That's why probably we could dedicate some time and to New Zealand dollars, because since our former discussion, late discussions, was really much time. So let's take a look from the weekly on the weekly chart, where stands the major context on the New Zealand dollar. And this major context stands for a couple of patterns. First of all, take a look at this first down. First down on the Kiwi looks very impressive. Looks really impressive. Here we have first close above the 3x3, close below, and take a look. Current week could become the one where market could show the second close above the 3x3, and that could be the confirmation of the possible double repo buy pattern here. That's why the New Zealand dollar is interesting right now. Also, guys, here we have the bullish grabber. I don't have the MACD predictor here, but if you will draw it, you will see. Just we have discussed this already. Okay, so you can see that here we have the bullish grabber. Okay, although it stands in the opposite direction of this previous trend, and I prefer grabbers that stands in the direction of the trend. But I think that this is not the reason to just ignore this pattern, and we should keep it in consideration. Besides, as you can see, although market is trying to move lower and lower, but still market stands above this low of this grabber, and this pattern is still valid. Although it's 1, 2, 3, 4, almost the month has passed since our discussion of this pattern. It has appeared initially. Okay. And that was really the menace that the market will erase this pattern, this hazard. But this hasn't happened yet, and this grabber is still valid, and that's really important right now. So 2 patterns potential patterns here, the grabber and the possible double ripple buy pattern. It's depending on where this current wick will close. On the daily chart, we have another bullish signs that could lead at least to some significant retracement. First of all, take a look that this consolidation takes the shape of the falling wedge that potentially also is bullish pattern. So I will contract the chart, you'll see it better. Okay, as you can see, it's a falling wedge pattern that is accompanied by the bullish divergence with the MACD indicator. That's really significant. And take a look at the recent behavior at the current week, what has happened. Market has stopped action down right at the crossing and the combination of the weekly pivot support one and monthly pivot support one. Has stopped there and moved right back up. Right now, take a look, market even stands above the weekly pivot point. Also, this reminds the shape of the morning star pattern. It's not really just perfect because this candle is a bit smaller than it should be, but in general, this looks like the morning star. But what is more significant here is that take a look at this action. This market creates the low, this lowest low, it's again lower low, but here take a look what has happened. Market has created the high low, and it hasn't quite reached the lower border of the wedge. That's usually, sometimes it becomes the sign where that increases the chances of the upside breakout of the wedge pattern. It's very often breakout of the triangles and wedges happens when the market doesn't reach the opposite border. When it just doesn't quite reach the opposite border, it turns to the upside and shows the breakout. So at least this is also the bullish sign here. On the 4-hour time frame chart, it's not really much to talk about, but maybe this will be some kind of the double bottom pattern, because currently I do not see nothing. I see nothing more here except this possible double bottom. This bottom stands very close to each other. It's really horizon neckline is possible. Maybe market will shift to something else. Maybe market will form some kind of the butterfly here, or here this will be another pattern or something of that sort. But anyway, this really seems important. So we see currently what is really important right now on the New Zealand dollar, that we see bullish signs. The patterns that we have discussed previously are still valid and have not been erased by the market. That's also impossible. So chances on the possible appearing of the bullish pattern on the weekly chart exists, and that's why this current setup on the New Zealand is interesting, although mostly potentially. Not currently, but potentially this really could be very interesting, especially if market will confirm the double ripple pattern. So we'll see what will really happen.